Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video. Volume 12 Chapter 2 Towards Berberito Continent Part 1. We change the plans for the journey. First we buy a horse, then we both ride it heading towards the forest with the teleport magic circle. We make use of the teleport magic circle and then we'll arrive in Berberito Continent according to the story from Nanahoshi. If we travel 1 week north from there, we'll arrive at an oasis and bazaar supposedly just. It seems to be a considerably severe desert. Nanahoshi was in a completely groggy condition and supposedly she had to be moved while carried on Orsted's back. Since that's the case, it just means we need to firmly take care of preparations. Well, I have magic as well. It's possible to create a giant block of ice in the dead center of the desert as well. I'm sure the flexibility will be effective. There's no map up until the bazaar, however it seems Elinalise has confidence in regards to her sense of direction. She said it was fine to leave that part to her. It seems the elves don't lose their sense of direction even in deep forests. When I pointed out that deserts and forests are different, she got angry and said, "Exactly how many years do you think I've traveled?" If she has that much confidence, then I'm sure it'll be fine. After we arrive at the bazaar, from there we'll hire a guide. Lapon is roughly 1 month north from there according to Elinalise. If we only know the direction, then the method of hiring someone is probably faster. We'll move until we get to Lapon, rapidly assist Paul and the others, then return using the same route. I'm a bit afraid of letting them know about the teleport magic circles, but it can't be helped. It would be a strange talk to try and force just Paul and the others to return on the normal route after all. On the other side, if I remember correctly, there were 6 people. If we include Gisu, then it would be 7 people. It won't be good if I don't at least be careful to make sure they keep silent. Incidentally, I've already finished forbidding Sylphy and my little sisters from speaking about it. I told them if they spread it around, a person who can insta-kill Ruijerd might show up, so they should sincerely keep it secret. Part 2 Preparations for the plan. We're progressing. We already gathered all the fundamental types of equipment. My partner, staff, Aqua Harsha and the robe Sylphy picked out for me. After that, it's only stuff at the level of the summoning magic scroll I received from Nanahoshi that I'm carrying. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but for the time being I'm carrying about 10 of them along. If I have the negative, then I can make more in about a day. I'm bringing along the drawing material as well. If it's not enough, then I can use a mold. If I were to sell them, it would be good money as well. After all, speaking of money, there's no currency exchanges on the other side. What kind of currency they even use on the other side is unknown. For the sake of making money, we need to make sure to prepare something that can be turned into money. After that, it's just to the degree of preparing preserved food. Since it's the first time we're traveling to Berberito Continent, we don't know if there's some other special thing necessary. I'm sure it would be better to get our hands on supplies on the other side as well. Berberito Continent is said to be a desert. In order to prevent direct sunlight, I'm sure it's better to carry a coat. No, there's the robe. I'm sure it will be fine if I just wear a hood. After that I can deal with things using magic. If it's a journey of only about 1.5 months, then we have considerable leisure with our baggage as well. We can manage to bring along several unnecessary things as well. Even though I say that, it's not like we can just bring along anything and everything. It's better not to take along anything unnecessary. It said we'll arrive in the bazaar 1 week from the location of the teleport. After all, it's not like it's a completely uninhabited place. There we'll investigate the things we need and gather them. However, for the time being, as insurance, we decided to take along a book that has details written down about teleport magic circles. No matter how much it's said that Orsted makes use of them, that we're using them makes us a bit uneasy. After all, after proceeding to the staff member room once more and lowering my head to Gina's, I received permission to borrow a book for a long period. In addition, I borrowed 1 volume of the books on the fighting god language from the library. It's insurance for the worst case scenario if I can't communicate any words. Exploration record of the teleport labyrinth, and Berberito Continent and fighting god language. It should be fine with just these 2 books. Part 3 It seems Ginger was knowledgeable in regards to horses. Since that's the case, we requested her to accompany us to the stable. In addition, I said greetings to Zenoba as well. Is that so? You'll be able to return in just half a year or so? Yeah. Well, I can't explain the circumstances though. Is that so? Since that's the case, would you like to bring along Ginger? Don't say foolish things. I don't want Ginger holding some kind of grudge against me. Humu, is that so? More than me, please take care of Sylphy and my little sisters. It doesn't even need to be said. Since that's the case, how about I place Ginger as their escort? Unintentionally I let out a strained laugh. Why do you keep trying to keep that person at a distance like that? After asking that and after Zenoba took a glance as Ginger, he secretly said it into my ear. She nags a bit too much. Since the time when I was small, she would always be grumbling about trivial things. Even about Julie, recently it's always been about this and that. It's so annoying I can't stand it. Since she nags too much he doesn't want her nearby. It's almost like a statement a college student would make towards his mother. Zenoba is still in the middle of his 20s, it's not as if I don't understand it. However, Ginger sure is pitiful as well. She's still young as well. Spending her precious 20s looking after this kind of large friend. Julie, what do you think about her? For the time being, I'll try asking Julie as well and see. I need to tell her to properly keep up her everyday training during the time I'm not around as well. It would be fine to start working on the Ruijerd dolls after I return. Ginger-sama. She taught me about all the bad places of Master. Is that what she says? It won't be good if Zenoba fixes his bad places right. He should learn from Julie's example. Mumu, it's like a mother that has plunged into the life of some siblings living an enjoyable life on their own. There's that sort of atmosphere here. It's truly pleasant. Ah, that's right, Julie. Even when I'm not around as well, make sure you properly do what you were told. Yes, Grandmaster, I'll give it my best. Julie's human language has improved considerably as well. This is the result of Ginger's education as well, I'm sure. And, that moment, Ginger returned from searching for a horse. Holding on to the reins of a single horse. Rudeus Dono. Please judge whether this horse will be good. Oh, it's a huge horse. The horses around this area are all generally massive for the sake of crunching along even in the snow. It feels like they're an even larger size than even the horses of the Bonnet horse racing. It seems their speed isn't all that great, but they have physical strength and they're fine running for a full day as well. It seems like there are many horses that are like monsters in this world. For the time being, I'll give it the name Matsukaze, I guess. Thank you, Ginger-san. No thanks are unnecessary. As a reward, is there anything you'd like from Zenoba? Like a shoulder massage? Rudeus Dono. No matter how much you are Rudeus Dono, don't very much on the side of royalty. Ah, no, excuse me, it was a joke. She seriously started to glare at me. In any case, we've purchased the horse. We've already said all our farewells properly with those related to the school. Huh. I feel like we're forgetting someone. No, I'm pretty sure we've said farewells to all our acquaintances. Badagati isn't around, so he's fine though. Yeah, it's alright. I properly forbid everyone I told about it from speaking of the teleport magic circles. Yeah, there's no problems. Part 4, Day of Departure, saying the final farewells to my family in front of the entrance way. My wife and 2 little sisters are seeing me off. Sylphy, I'll return soon. Rudy, with tears building up in the edges of her eyes, Sylphy embraced me. It's the sensation I've grown used to embracing this past half a year. Small, but it firmly has warmth, almost like a small animal. Such shoulders trembling. Sniffle. Sylphy wasn't making any noise, just sniffling with her nose. When faced with this sort of response, it makes me not want to go. As I thought, should I just stay home? Couldn't Paul get by somehow or other until the delivery? That's right, after giving it some thought, normally then it would take close to a year for the one-way trip. Even if I just stay at home for another 7 months or so, wouldn't it be fine to depart after watching over to make sure the delivery goes safely? Since it takes 1.5 months to get there, even so isn't it like meeting within 10 minutes? Such a thought was floating through my mind. However, Gisu especially went out of the way to use the express post to deliver it on the Berberito continent. In order to contact other continents, it's a high-speed post that only goes one way since you can't send anything other than extremely short messages. On top of that, it's expensive. It's not something you can use any number of times. He especially went out of his way to send the letter using such a method. It's an emergency. It's without a doubt a situation where every minute matters. Even though I say that, we'll make it in time for the delivery. It's something like going for a short business trip. I wiped Sylphy's tears. And then, I called out to my 2 little sisters standing behind her. Aisha and Norn as well. I'll leave things to you. What I'm leaving to them I don't really know myself. However, my 2 little sisters nodded with meek faces. Ni-san, please don't worry about anything, since I'll give it my best. I understand. Oni-chan as well, may the fortunes of war be with you. I quietly nodded to those words. Yeah. Anyways, both of you, make sure you don't fight. Yes. Yes. The 2 who faithfully nodded were making bitter smiles. Sylphy, Elinalise, who was on the horse, approached us. On top of the horse 2 weeks worth of luggage was packed, but its movements haven't even slowed a bit. As expected of Matsukaze, it's alright, even without the husband a child will still be born. Since I'm the one saying it, there's no mistake. Yes, Oba-chan as well, please take care of yourself. There's no need for worry, everything will go well. Elinalise gallantly flipped her hair back. How cool. It's almost like a female knight that comes out in a fairy tale. If it comes down to this, I'll just have to pretend I didn't see the scene of Elinalise going back and forth the other day. It will have the moving impression. Well, I guess it just means that the usually aloof Elinalise has her weak points as well. Everyone has times when they lose themselves. Then, we'll head off and return. I jumped up onto the horse. Behind Elinalise, it was a slender but reliable back, and then warm. Sorry about this, Cliff, I'm borrowing it for a bit. Rudy? Sylphy tilted her head just a bit. No, it's not like that. If I don't properly hold onto her, then I'll fall, I say. I'm heading off and shall return. Let's depart. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more, and don't forget to like the videos.